Welcome, welcome everyone. We're excited to have you here today. Our topic is prepare before the resistance comes, since we all have our resistance that comes up. Just to give you a little idea of what we're up to, we have another 6-week course starting in a couple weeks here. If any of you are interested, it's all about tapping into your personal power. We also got some amazing stuff in creation that we'll be sharing with you soon. Let me introduce my team. We have Tara Ray,
Hi, everybody.
Clarissa West,
Hey guys.
and Angelique Kerner.
Hey.
Awesome. So it was kind of funny that we picked this topic because just as Clarissa and I got on, we were not prepared and saying, it's kind of funny how we haven't put a lot of thought into this exact episode. Another example of life. You want to expand on that one, Clarissa?
Yeah, that's a great starter. And for us saying not prepared, we actually didn't come prepared with specific things that we will be sharing with all of our viewers. And that's because the way that we choose to be, the way that we choose and commit every single day to the life that we want, prepares us to the moment of now. So we're all in the moment of now, and it comes up in us for us to do this radio show, for us to go have a conversation that's maybe a little bit awkward or something with our spouse, for us to show up for the kids the way that we get to show up, for us to go into that business meeting and just own it with power and passion and purpose. Everything that we do prepares us to this moment. It prepares us to the moment of now. And so for us to say that we didn't prepare is probably only maybe a partial truth, because truly we do this every single day. And we pick topics that something that is true for us, something that is true for all of our viewers, and how important it is for each one of you to set up a system that gives you the space to practice and prepare yourselves every single day to be able to go forward with confidence and enter into any kind of situation, experience, conversation that we get to do, whatever comes up, whether it's a surprise or whether it's planned, then we're prepared. That we are completely prepared. And I think, actually, I don't want to bring in the piece of the persona yet. We'll bring that up in a little bit. So does that answer your question, Carmen?
Yes, definitely. We are a little bit more than prepared.
I think the fun thing in life is that we're continuously progressing. And so one way to really just prepare ourselves is to really not look down upon ourselves. And we are worst critics. And once we kind of get away from even just our judgments behind like the preparation or not being prepared or different things like that, then things just seem to flow, and it's a lot easier when things don't exactly go the way that you want. Because you don't have an attachment or you don't have a criticism about yourself or how you should be in that moment, and you're free to just be who you are right now and go with the flow and just let the things come in that ultimately are there for you.
Yeah, I like that, and it's so important for us to go with the flow, for us to be able to be in that space of being. And always we talk about action, right? What is the action steps that we get to take to be able to prepare us for that space of now? And there's so many ways that we could address this. For the instance of body and nutrition. So how do I prepare myself to be able to go out and live a life that's just thriving and filled with adventure and filled with joy and pleasure and bliss and all of those things? Well, I take care of my body every single day. I prepare that. I prepare every single week my schedules of the times I'm going to be working out. We do prep work on food, all those kinds of things that we're going to prepare our bodies, prepare ourselves up, or prepare to set ourselves up for success. For instance, when we're going to a party and we don't want to eat the kind of food that they offer, so we've chosen to prepare our own food or eat before the resistance comes up. And it's like, oh, chocolate cake. Yep, no. So we're already prepared rather than giving into that resistance. The same thing goes with again, like a business meeting, and we can even bring that back into the Roar TV of where we prepared today. Hell yeah, 100% prepared. We prepare every week. It's things like rebooting the computer so that everything that is that we get to do, make sure we're plugged in, hardwired, whatever it is that we get to do to set ourselves up for success, right? And sure, will resistance come when it is something that we know that we get to do, something that we're moving forward with and taking on new action and new goals and new ventures? Resistance will be guaranteed to show up in your space. In fact, quite often, we are the resistance. We are our own resistance. I don't know what percentage to put out place on that, but it's high. It's high that we become our own resistance because of that inner dialogue that we listen to, or the thought of, oh, all of this is happening, so that must mean that we shouldn't do this. This is happening. Oh, I guess we shouldn't do that. This is happening. This is happening. This is happening. And for me, I don't know how many times, I really can't count how many times this has happened to me and my business adventures with my husband or relationship stuff. We'll hit resistance, and it just comes up, and we just like resistance freaking just butts heads when we go forth and we're making new changes. It's like, oh, god damn it, you know? And we go through all of these kinds of trials or challenges, and in the past it would have been, you know, maybe we're not supposed to do that. Maybe the reason we're having so much resistance is because it's not the right time. And that's such a crock of shit. Seriously. And for when we got past the idea that resistance shows up to stop us and instead shows up to challenge us in a way that we've never been challenged before, and discover how bad we're wanting that, like how we're like the predator on the prey, and what are we willing to do to get to our goal, get to the prey, how bad do we want it, kind of thing. That's why resistance shows up. And to prepare every single day for everything that comes our way. Just like, I think it was a few episodes ago that Carrie talked about, like, eating the frog. What was it, Carrie? Eating the frog first thing in the morning, do the hard things first?
Getting the hardest things out of the way first.
That's preparing.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I think there's a big portion behind just having that knowledge of how to prepare as well. So for like when I go out and do a photo shoot, I need to understand what it is that I'm going to be doing. I have to understand like what equipment I need. All of the different things, like batteries is the biggest thing for me. Like I need to make sure that I have charged batteries and different things like that. But a lot of times we forget or we don't know how to prepare for something, and so we just don't prepare, and so we'll walk into a situation that maybe we're not best prepared for. And what you can do with that is really just take it as it comes, understanding that things don't have to be perfect, they don't have to look a certain way, and it came as a lesson to better know how to prepare in the future. However, it's a lot better experience if you take the time to actually research a little bit before you even jump into something.
Well, and honestly, if that's all you're going for, you want to know how to do something, I guarantee, ask a question to somebody and you'll eventually get your answer. Just put it out there. And the point is to just be willing to take action. I like what Clarissa says about how it doesn't have to be perfect. At least you're moving forward. You're putting it out there. It's what is that saying that you always say to us?
Delivered is better than perfect. Delivered is better than perfection. So I think it would be fun if we brought in some certain scenarios, like how would we prepare ourselves spiritually? One thing, and I want all of us to share, is like me personally, how do I prepare myself to be in alignment with my own source, to be my own source, to be spiritually aligned with my higher power, my higher purpose? What is it that I get to do every day? So for me, to prepare for that is a daily meditation practice. And not just once a day, but a few times a day. And if it's something that it's really a focused meditation, which is very helpful, and sometimes it's simply just quiet my mind, allow everything to go away. Well, I shouldn't say go away because it doesn't go away, but allow everything to just be still. And to go into that place of what I like to call the space between. That prepares me to listen when I hear certain things of, hey, you get to share this now, or hey, this would be the perfect thing to share with your clients today, or hey, reach out to this person. So that during the day and during all of experience, I'm listening. But if I were not taking the time every day to quiet my inner dialogue, to quiet the voices, to quiet the external chaos and the internal chaos, would I really be prepared to listen? And as far as the action, when it comes to listening, would I be prepared to take action on what it is I'm hearing? So that's one thing that I do in the specific area of spirituality. What about you guys?
Well, besides meditation, because I too engage in that practice, I also love to take time to nurture myself alone. Just soak in the bath, do something that feels nurturing to me, that I'm spending time loving myself, being grateful for where I'm at, and truly appreciating every piece of me. Absolutely. That definitely feels like that creates that alignment with inside myself.
So you're preparing for success. Beautiful.
Yeah, Karami, I also need just time alone. I'm very much like I'm an introvert that acts like an extrovert on many occasions, and yet it's that alone time that I just absolutely crave. Like I love like hot tub or drawing up like a nice bath, or just going out shopping, even by yourself. It's fun with girlfriends, but it's fun just by yourself too. And I love what you're saying, Clarissa, about taking the time for meditation. I also do that. I love, sometimes if I'm in a really bad mood, meditation, I need something more. I get into the music. Music really is something that kind of shifts things in with my spirit, gets me in a happier place so that when I do meditate, I'm not like thinking about how to how to hurt other people or something.
So Taryn meditating is going to save lives.
Yes. I live in Vegas now, so there's a lot of open desert. Those thoughts have come through.
I love honesty.
Where would I? Oh. All right, going back to focusing.
On another way, we shared a little bit about body and spirituality. How is it that we prepare ourselves to face the resistance in a relationship? How is it that we can prepare ourselves to enter into those uncomfortable conversations and situations with the one that we love? For me, it was honoring the feelings that is happening inside. I was like, okay. And by honor, I mean actually noticing, it's like, yeah, you're fucking pissed off right now. Sweet, cool, yeah, that's truth. I'm not pissed off at any one thing or any person. It's just like I have intense frustration or anger happening right now, right? So how do I get to prepare before I go into some kind of conversation with my loved one, so I'm not going to blame and project all of my garbage onto him? For me, it's similar to even what Tara was saying about meditation, only it's very vocal for me. It's vocal, and it's a way that I get to fully express and do some scream therapy or whatever the hell's coming up. I get to express with my body in a full-out body expression, and release it that way. So that's like, okay, I'm moving through this. It might still be there, and that's okay. That's cool. But now I can go into a conversation or go into whatever experience comes up in confidence and in a place of responsibility. So another way to prepare, even that, like I wouldn't have been able to do that as confidently as I do now had it not been for me investing in coaches and mentors to guide me through that kind of process. And those kinds of things, we're all bringing up very simple things that every one of our viewers, every one of you can apply this every single day. But where the magic happens is when we create a support group and when we create accountability. And when we create those people in our space that are loving and supportive and encourage us to go and grow and expand way beyond any version that we had ever envisioned for ourselves, but then can equally call us out on our bullshit and not buy into the stories that we give them. And so to be in this space today of preparing myself has come from me investing in myself many ways. And I imagine, Carrie and Tara, you would agree with that too.
Absolutely.
You know, Clarissa, you're bringing up the whole piece on support, and for me that was huge the other day. Just getting the support of you three girls, I had that conflict come up with Levi, and I'm like, something doesn't make sense in my head. I'm feeling angry over this, and I'm noticing I didn't want to go immediately to him like I normally would have to just hash it out. And I didn't need to sit there and spill all the details or anything necessarily, but the point was to create the support and the accountability. And being able to hear a different perspective on it. Yes, I still left the phone call from you guys having all that anger, so I was able, well, you know, it was actually more sadness, so I was able to go take a moment, and I gave myself a nap. I'm just like, I went and cried, took a nap, and I decided I'm going to come from a fresh space. So I called up Levi after I woke up from a nap feeling really, really good, and seriously, 3 minutes, and that conversation was over, and we were connecting deeper than we ever had, because it wasn't about blame, it wasn't about projecting, it was simply, hey, I see you and you see me, and now let's sit there and make something amazing here. We just ended up with a bunch of appreciation, and okay, we're good, let's go again.
I love that.
Beautiful. I do too. That's cool.
I think... Oh, go ahead.
No, you go ahead. I was just going to say that Angelique's not with us. She's traveling. She was with us, and I would imagine she would completely agree with all that we are saying here. Mm-hmm. But just wanted to give a shout out to Angelique for whatever reason she got disconnected.
Yeah. What I was going to say was that they're like really listening to yourself, so really getting to have a better relationship with yourself. So this is kind of what both of you have kind of touched base on. But once you start to understand what your emotions are, how you're feeling, if there's things that you're not saying, what are, like, really being able to listen to those emotions and getting in touch with that, so that you know if you are in a space where either you just need to take some time for yourself, or if you're in a position where you feel comfortable having those, you know, a little bit harder conversations. And, you know, we can do all of this type of work. We can understand ourselves so much more. But it really comes down to those things still come up for us. I still get really pissed off some days, and there's things that will still come up that just make me mad. So this kind of stuff that we're talking about, and preparing your body, preparing you mentally, preparing you spiritually, all of those types of things, it will prepare you to better handle when things start to go a little crazy in your life. And even still, you get to feel some of those emotions come up, and just check in with yourself. The nice thing is that kind of, those situations don't have to be drawn out for, you know, weeks at a time. There's people, families, that they won't talk to one another because they're so incredibly upset, and it's really just because maybe there isn't something that they've said or something that they've honored about themselves, and so they really push that blame out onto others. So preparing yourself for anything that comes up is incredibly important, and just having the flexibility and the know-how on how to move out of those emotions and get to a place where ultimately you're finding happiness and joy.
Yeah, that's such a key piece. And I will add, even in the emotions, to still take action, conscious action. It's so important that we have and notice the emotions, but that's not the driving force. We get to be the driver, and we get to be the one to take the action regardless of what we're feeling. And with everything that all three of us have shared is preparing us for the moment of now, like I started out with. That's what brings us closer towards our heart's desire. It truly does. It brings us closer towards soul expansion. Again, we could talk on this topic and go so deep, and it really depends on just at what level you're playing at. It's there's no judgment, and it's not about one person is a higher level than others. It's just what level are we playing at, and where's the mind mastery at what level do we choose to invest? And it's in layers. It's just piece by piece, and we're continually expanding. And it's just like a garden. When we first plant that seed, we don't have a bountiful harvest right away, right? Or when a tree is planted, it's not this big, beautiful, glorious, magnificent piece of art right away. It takes time. It takes time, and when we're consciously committed, and I say consciously because we can say, yeah, I'm committed. No, really, consciously committed every single day, and sometimes moment by moment. That's when we get into those masterpieces. That's when we start creating our dreams to be a reality. And that leads me into the topic of business. And how is it that we get to prepare for business? How is it that we get to prepare in success that way? For me, there's several different avenues that I've prepared myself on, and I know they're similar to everyone else's, and some are unique and different. One, I'm going to bring back to the piece of knowing ourselves that Tara brought up. That to know ourselves and to know the gifts that we bring when we enter into a business conversation is key, a very key, important piece. For us, owning our power, knowing ourselves is us owning our power, and then going in open to everything, attached to nothing. But entering into a business conversation was we get to know our people, right? We get to know the kind of people that we are interacting with, and if that means in the past that we studied, body language, or we've studied handwriting, or we've studied communication skills, all kinds of things. There's all kinds of books out there that you can read on it, but it's the implementing them and using them and giving yourself opportunities to implement them on a daily basis and preparing ourselves for business that way. I feel for Travis and I, we have fully exceeded some of the things that we hadn't even imagined, because of just a few key principles. And it's important in business to simply be ourselves, not to try to be someone who we are not, but to know who we are. And the deeper we know who we are, the more we can understand how people work, the different kinds of personalities that run the show, when it's important to mirror or the other person, or when it's important to stand our ground. There's so many key pieces that comes into preparedness, and even that word is kind of funny, but to prepare us for, again, the moment of now and the conversations that we're entering into in business.
Well, and think about what just this Roar TV, what the preparation of this alone is doing for us in our business. What is it that we're preparing for now, and the massive amounts of people that we want to serve, and the vision that we have for Uproarious Life alone, and the people we want to bring in to be able to support.
Yeah, I love that.
again, it's something that we really can't say enough, and that's everything that you have been through, any kind of very traumatic experience, everything is preparing you for what you are going into now. Everything. Everything from childhood trauma, intense past experiences that would be viewed as wrong or bad or that's horrible, have prepared us now. They've brought us to where we're at now. And if you're still living, you still have a purpose. If you're still living, there's a reason that you're here. There's a reason you've been prepared for so long, up until the moment of now. However many years you have been on this planet or in this existence, this go around, however you choose to look at it, it's preparing you for now. So whatever you're facing, whatever resistance is coming up, know, hey, I've got the skills. I know how to get through it. If I don't, I have numerous people that I can call to create that support system. And through that support system, I commit. Before you know what the hell I'm going to do, I commit. I commit to me. And you all get to commit to you as you look at yourself in the mirror every morning. You commit to your growth, commit to your expansion, commit to your purpose. And you go forth. You're here for a reason. And from that commitment comes action. Every single day you get to take some form of action to face into the resistance and to move through it. Most of the time the resistance is you, so look at yourselves in the eyes, look at yourself in the mirror, say, not today. Not today. Today it's my turn. And you do that thing. You do that thing that just scares you. You do that thing that is holding you back. You face into it. And from the action comes accountability. And not all of us are great at holding ourselves accountable. That's why we encourage at Uproarious accountability partners or an accountability group. That's why we do these six-week programs of developing your personal power. You have accountability, and it's a key piece to your success.
Yeah, there are 2 days that are the most important days of your life, and that is the day that you were born, and the second is the day that you find out your purpose. Every single one of us has had trials and tribulations, and 7 billion people all looking for what will make me happy. And it's really, you have the power to make yourself happy. There's no one else out there that can do that. It's all about what you do, and it's the preparation that you move forward with in your life. And exactly what Clarissa was talking about is preparing yourself for the now. And I just love that.
And that, to me, is the most important day, is now.
I like that, too.
Yeah.
All right.
We want to share with you just a few things. We have 2 things that we're offering right now. One is a 4-day intensive. It's an amazing experience. We're not going to go into a lot of detail here, but when you're ready to dive in the uproarious way, get a hold of one of us. We'll get you guys scheduled out, get you set up for success in that way. And the other thing that we offer is a 6-week online program that is customized to fit to your schedule, where you get some online coaching, 6 weeks of us diving into you developing your personal power. We've had massive, massive success. We've only been running it for 2 weeks. 2 weeks actually at the end of this week. So it's only been a week, really, a week and a day.
Yeah, we're on week 2 this week.
So anyway, massive success already with our clients that are in there. And it's incredible. It's incredible when you just choose to take that first step of investing in you. So super affordable. We've positioned it the way that we have so it can be affordable to anyone willing to dive into their success this way. So reach out to one of the 4 of us that way. Let's get your questions answered, and let's get you enrolled in that if you feel that it is the right timing for you. Tara's saying call something. Or
Call
she's just frozen.
I'm like, call me, guys. Or message me. You can do that too.
Yep.
Awesome. Thank you, Clarissa, for going into all that. It looks like our time is up for the day, so I hope you guys all have an amazing day. Make it your best, because all you really have is now.
See you guys.
See you
See ya.
later. Bye.